Let me take you through the next slide. Gaps in the approach. The first gap in the approach is perception mismatch. See, it is a very important area. You prepare for an interview in your point of view. Like you'll be thinking that in interview it might be like this, so I have to prepare in such a model so that I could be able to crack this interview. It's all your perception. Maybe your friend tells it to you, maybe your teacher or trainer explains it. However, it is your perception. Okay. But is that true? If so, how are you so certain? Who told with you? Have you ever spoke to an interviewer? Are you exposed to any recruitment drive? Then how? How do you know? Listen carefully. An interviewer will see you, test you, and evaluate you having his own perception or corporate perception or the terms dictated by his own company. Okay. Now the point is you have to fit into that perception, the interviewer's perception or the company's perception. I guarantee that 99% of you don't know what an interviewer looks for in a candidate. See, you will be expecting one thing, but the interviewer will be expecting an entirely different thing. This is an absolute mismatch between the perceptions of a candidate and the interviewer. The second gap in the approach is practical awareness. This is a very highly rated attribute in an interview. You will learn all the concepts, FAQs, definitions, everything from the internet or your textbook, all being theoretical in nature. But after stepping into the interview room, the interviewer's focus will be on testing your ability to implement all those concepts practically. See, in my experience, I have seen people like, I will pick one example. There is a girl who walked into the interview room. When asked about inheritance, she explained that concept beautifully. But when we asked her to write a simple code to demonstrate multiple inheritance, she could not write even a single line of code. See, this type of approach will not help you. You should be able to implement a concept practically. Then only interviewers will be ready to hire you. Okay. The third gap in the approach being lack of advanced skill set. This is a burning issue. See, the world is moving around artificial intelligence, data science, cyber security, machine learning, all these kind of things. And you will come to an interview and say that, sir, I know C, C++, basic Java, all this primitive stuff. See, IT field is ever evolving. You will wonder if I tell you that 90% of the technologies that are going to rule the next decade are not even invented by now. In this fast-paced and ever-evolving IT world, you should possess an advanced skill set. This is where most of the candidates fail to comply. The next gap in the approach being knowledge is not equal to skill. See, this is a highly rated attribute and a predominant issue. See, what is the difference between knowledge and the skill? I'll give you 2 seconds. Just think of it. See, knowledge is what you know, whereas skill is what you can implement with the knowledge that you have. In a college environment, marks and grades are offered to students who have knowledge. But contrastingly, in an IT interview, jobs are offered to candidates who have skills. So one needs to develop his skill set for getting an IT job. Okay. The next parameter is well-positioned interviewer, L by R. Here L by R stands for left/right. Okay. In that image that is shown to you, take a guess who is the interviewer and who is the candidate. The person who is sitting on the right side and having his glass of water, he is the candidate. And the person who is sitting on the left side looking into the paper, he is the interviewer. Okay. If you observe carefully, That interviewer is very cool and calm, whereas this candidate is nervous and having a glass of water. Do you know why it is like that? Any guesses? Okay, let me tell you. That candidate who is attending the interview, maybe this is the first time he is coming to the interview, and naturally he will be under pressure. And the second thing, he knew that chances in an interview are limited. But whereas the interviewer, he might have interviewed many such candidates like him before. It's just like a routine job for him. Now we move on to the second part. I told you that, or you can see that interviewer is holding a paper in his hand, right? Do you know what that paper is? It's called candidate assessment sheet. Okay. It will be having a total of 4 to 5 portions in it. Okay. The first portion will cover the candidate's general skills area. Second one will be focused on the candidate's technical skill set, and the third portion is focused on the project or practical capabilities of the candidate, and the fourth part, the most important one, focuses on the employable skills, which we will be discussing in much detail during the coming sessions. It differs from company to company, but these four portions are common. Maybe some companies will have additional parameters like critical thinking, problem solving, team skills. Okay, all these things they may add up. Okay, but these four things are common. And how will the sheet work? Each portion will have some 20 to 25 subparameters or attributes with individual rating enabled for each of them on a scale of 0 to 5. Listen, an interviewer needs to award scores for each of these attributes individually, while parallelly he is asking questions to the candidate and evaluating his answers. If you understand carefully, interviewer will be having everything handy with him. All he has to do is to evaluate you on the basis of the assessment checklist and award scores. That's it. That's the reason he is very cool and calm. As he is clear of his expectations and responsibilities, he will be naturally cool, right? But what about you as a candidate sitting in front of the interview panel? You are not even aware if that assessment sheet actually exists. Even if you know, I'm 100% sure that you are not at all expecting an interview process to be designed in such an organized manner. But it is like that. It tests you, it measures your caliber, and it rates you at such a minute level. That's the reason IT career is such a prized position. Why? Because you clear all these levels. And finally, the interviewer. He would be a consistent high performer in the company, technically competent and mentally stable. Needless to say, he must have been very well trained and could read your mind just like that. See, it reminds me of a proverb: ignorance is a bliss. Till this point, you don't know any of these things, and you might be considering an interview to be a lighter game, but it's not actually like that. Normal preparation would not help you succeed in an interview. Then, how do you need to prepare? It has to be like you should be preparing as per the attributes that were mentioned in the candidate assessment sheet. It is the right approach, no? That itself is a structured preparation plan, isn't it? But how do you get it? Don't worry. This program is designed to provide you with all those details. Okay? The next gap in the approach is no plan or roadmap for a job. Without having any plan or roadmap for a job, if you just prepare for your basics and attend an interview, will you able to crack that interview? Is that possible? No, it's not possible. Not only IT interview, you take any interview for that matter, it will not be possible for you to crack a job directly just like that. You have to be cautious and smart while preparing for an interview and even while giving an interview. Okay? There is a quote mentioned on the bottom of that slide. It goes like this: there is nothing to do with talent, it's all about technique, whether you know to ride a bike or not. Okay, whatever you know or whatever you have, that knowledge and all. You have nothing to do with it. It's all about technique. What is technique here? If you are offered a job, will you be able to deliver your responsibilities on time? That is the technique. If you satisfy that one condition, if interviewer believes that you could deliver all your responsibilities on time, he is going to pick you. Okay, just only that technique is needed. Nothing regarding your knowledge or something or other, nothing is relevant here. Just do you have the technique to deliver your duties on time? Just that. See, if you want to ride a bike, you should learn riding a bike, okay? But reading about a bike and what all its composition, its engine and all these things, it will not help you actually in the process of riding a bike. If you consider a job to a bike, interviewer will see only whether you know to ride a bike or not. It doesn't matter about what all the information that you have about that bike. Interviewer doesn't look at it. He will just check if you could ride a bike or not. Same thing with the job. He will not consider your knowledge or something or the other. He will see if you can do the job well or not, if you have that capability or not. Just like that. Okay.